What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Slip Encounter Podcast. We're here at the Kenichi Bed Studios. I'm your host, BINK, man. Happy Easter to everybody. Hope you guys gonna have a great weekend with your families this weekend. It's Easter weekend. We got a lot of boxing to talk about this weekend. Man, it's just a lot going on. We were just talking about before the show started. We got Shakur Stevenson is fighting this weekend. We got Brandon Chambers from the area fighting on the top ranked card, going against Bruce Carrington this weekend. Big shout out to Brody. Big shout out to Jetta Promotions and Team Hitter, right? We got, who else is fighting this weekend? We got Sebastian Fundora on Showtime. He's fighting this weekend. And y'all probably gonna be surprised to hear me say this. There's a UFC card. Adesanya is fighting this weekend. Everybody's talking about that. So I might tap in and break down and watch some UFC this weekend for the first time in a long time. My host, the co-host Junior, he's on his way. But we're gonna get it rocking. Oh. We got Tweety Bird in the studio. I think I saw the Putty Cat.
That's a bit absent.
Yeah, that. Yeah, absentee. We got an absentee in the studio. Golly, man. But man, so last weekend, we had a lot of boxing last weekend. We had Anthony Joshua fight last weekend, right? Underwhelming performance in my opinion. I don't think he looked good. You think he looked good?
Not at all.
I don't think he looked good. For the opponent that he had, he was a durable guy, sturdy guy, but it wasn't. It was a guy that I think he should have got out of there. I think Joshua should have got him out of there. And to me, I feel like there's something still wrong with Anthony Joshua. He don't seem like the same Joshua that clipped and dethroned the Klitschko. He don't got that same energy and that same hunger, that same fight in him. It's like a piece of him is missing since he lost to Andy Ruiz. You know, it's different. Then his antics that after the fight, the antics he's been putting on. Like, what the hell was he doing after the fight? Was he trying to hug my man? Like, what the hell was that? All them antics, man. It's like what are you doing? And then before the fight, when they was announcing him, he had no emotion. He was just standing there like a shell, like a cicada shell. It was nothing. It was just nothing. It's like he has no demeanor. I don't know, man. It's scary for Anthony Joshua. I think it's scary.
The Suge Knight effect.
Yeah, the Suge Knight. Yeah.
He's not scary no more.
He's not at all, man. I think he lost that whole mystique, like the physique. You know, they see the muscles. They like, oh, this mug, yeah. He liked that. And then he getting there with Andy Ruiz and gets completely embarrassed in front of the world. And I think that embarrassment is still taking a toll on him today. He could have 15 more victories. And I think that one loss will always haunt him. I don't think he'll ever get redemption from that, no matter what he do. So now I'm looking at him. I'm like, so who can he really beat now in the heavyweight division?
Wilder's still a good matchup.
A good matchup?
It's a good matchup.
A good
fight for
yeah,
lights,
right.
Camera,
Yeah.
Promotion.
Right. We know that. We know what's gonna happen with that one. Cause he don't look good. Joshua don't look. And I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to bash this guy, but he just don't look good to me, man. Not no more. I feel like he lost his mystique. He lost that. It's like he's in the ring thinking and trying not to mess up. He don't want to look stupid again, and you can see it. You can see it when he's in the ring. And you gonna sit there and think with a guy like Deontay Wilder that punch with dynamite in his gloves I don't see that fight going well. I don't know who Joshua could get a good fight in that'll boost his numbers again. I'm trying to think. Somebody in the top 10, maybe like an Otto Wallen or somebody like that. Like go that route. But you talking about the top guys, Deontay, Usyk, Fury, Jared Anderson fighting this weekend too. Another guy coming up, Big Baby. He gotta stay away from those guys.
The top ranked card, if you look at it from far, it look like it's a stacked card, right?
Yeah.
But you already know who's gonna win.
Right.
It's like a showcase.
It's lopsided as hell, yeah. That card really lopsided. It really is. I was watching the press conference yesterday. They was up there carrying on Shakur and them, Jared, Keyshawn and them. They was carrying on up there, man. But I mean, that young guys having fun.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to see that. I was kind of surprised at the professionalism that. Well, I guess Bob wasn't there, so I guess that might have been why they got a little bit, you know.
But Bob said he needed the fighters
Uh-huh.
to promote more.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Right.
The promoter telling the fighters they need to promote.
Right. Right. So what do you thinking back to like the Mike Tyson era where, you know, the fighters did promote more, where their personalities promoted themselves. So he probably didn't give them the free reign to, you know, you can lose your professionalism a little bit, just be yourself. And they was up there carrying on, talking all kind of crazy. How you feel about this guy Shakur gonna fight?
I never seen him.
Yeah.
I can't say.
Yeah.
From the clips and highlights and things, he looks like he's durable.
Yeah.
Looks like it's gonna be a good opponent.
Mm-hmm.
He don't look like he's a walkover.
Right.
But I don't.
Right.
I haven't followed his career.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah.
But I think it's a good fight coming into 135.
135, right, to see where he's at. If the power transfers, if he can deal with the size. I think that guy's a little bit bigger than Shakur. Just a little bit.
Stature-wise. He standing over him, he look like a little
yeah. Right.
Look like a real 135.
Uh-huh. And them Japanese guys is tough, man. All of them. It's like in their DNA, it's in their blood. They like, that's just what they are. They tough as hell. Really got hit him with some shit. Even Nakatani was tough. I think he got punched on a little bit too much and got chinny, but he was a tough fighter too. Real tough. Who else is on that card? Keyshawn Davis got a fight on that card. Expect him to show out and beat Keyshawn. Bruce Shushu fighting our guy Brody.
Hold on, back to Keyshawn.
Oh, Keyshawn, go ahead.
Keyshawn the dog.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like him because he's mouthy.
Yeah.
But from his era, that's what he need. That's why we talking about him. That's
right.
Why he main event.
Right.
Well, co-main event type
right.
status.
Uh-huh.
He's a dog.
He a dog and he bring that shit.
He's that type of person like Mayweather.
Uh-huh.
He talk it, but he really do it.
Right. He talking and he walking it.
Yeah.
And he walking it, man. He at 35 too, right? He at 35. Ooh, that division.
And his older brother.
And his older brother.
I think his older brother fight on this card, and he fight at 135.
Okay.
I'm not sure though, but I think
I can look that up. Yeah. Either he 35 or he 40, cause he a little bit taller, right?
He taller.
He taller.
I think they fight
at the same division.
They
look
like
that
2 years old.
Right. I like Keyshawn, man. That joker vicious. He take a little bit.
I mean, his brother look and sound just like.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, man. The Davis brothers, man. Keyshawn Davis is vicious. Bruce on the card fighting Brody. Brandon Chambers. Look forward to him to do his thing. I was talking to him yesterday. You know, he got the underdog effect going right now. You know, not too many people giving him a chance to do his thing. But hey, man, shock the world. That's why I told him shock the world. Do what you can. Do what you know. And bring that shit home. Shut everybody up. That's what I told him. Exactly what I told him, man. How you feel about Fundora? Sebastian Fundora?
I just think I can't wait to see him have a real step up event.
Yeah. Because he fighting at what, 54 or 47? I think he's 54, right? Right. He had 54. I'm gonna look that up too.
Yeah, because he stopped his last fight. I don't know if it was his last fight.
Uh-huh.
He fight what's the boy? Lubin?
Yeah, Erickson Lubin, yeah.
Charlo had a fantastic stop.
Right. Yeah, Charlo did stop Erickson Lubin. Hold on, guys. I'm about to pull this up real quick. Mm-hmm. So we got Sebastian Fundora. He's 20-0, one draw with 13 knockouts. He's fighting Brian Mendoza, who's another tough guy. He's 21-2. Yeah, his last fight was Carlos Ocampo. He won a UD, unanimous decision. Erickson Lubin, Sergio Garcia. My most memorable fight was when he fought Jorge Cota.
I just want to see if
that was a
job.
What's that?
I just wanted to see if he's really a hype job. I can't wait to say that.
Yeah.
A standout opponent.
Right. Well, shit. Brian Mendoza might be the one to bring it out of him. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We set up, guys. We set up. All right. So what were you saying?
Yeah, I just want to see him have like a step up opponent.
Yeah.
Instead of like a showcase.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. I think this guy Brian Mendoza. I'm trying to see. Do I remember a fight of his?
This is his first main event.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
I think he's headlined before.
Yeah.
And in Carson, that's like his hometown area where he goes to fight in Carson, California. It's been a lot of great fights in Carson, California.
Yeah, I catch a lot of fights on like replay.
Yeah, for sure. So not Carlos Ocampo, Brian Mendoza.
Saturday nights is usually like date night for me. So I miss.
You
unless it's a big fight, well, we catch it after.
Nah, for sure. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. A lot of times I fall asleep and I'll miss the main event, so I'll watch it like Sunday or that week. I'll go back and watch the fights. So I feel you on that.
So how you gonna fight? How you gonna watch the fights? Who you watching? What's your main screen gonna be this week?
Oh, Shakur.
Okay.
Top rank.
Top rank.
I'm gonna have that on the TV and I'm gonna have my iPad up watching the Showtime.
And
I'm gonna have the DAZN on my phone.
All right.
Yeah, but Top Rank got the main screen today. Top Rank got the main screen, man.
Are you watching the what's the UFC?
UFC? I don't know if I'm gonna pay for it.
Oh. That's not a good look.
No, I'm not gonna pay for it. I mean, because I'm not a UFC fan.
You didn't replace my seat.
Huh?
Here
you go.
That makes me feel good inside. Just a little bit.
Bro, what's good with you?
Yeah, you loaded up nice. I like it. You're back. I see you getting scruffy.
I'm growing the beard out for the summer, man.
That's backwards. It's usually for the winners.
I know, but I'm different.
It's usually no shave November.
Right. I'm trying to be different this summer.
First is the nose ring, then it's the face. Hey, come on, man. Let's go.
Welcome to the show. Let's welcome in.
You're not gonna get my...
Yeah, I'm about to introduce your ass right now. Let's welcome your host, the infamous, the notorious, Curly Q, GOLDENBOY.
Love you too, man.
There it is. The Tweety Bird. I think I saw Putty Cat. Hell no. What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. How you been, brother?
Man, I've been living great, man. Right now we're talking about Sebastian Fundora. We're talking about is Brian Mendoza is going to be another guy, or is he going to be a step up opponent for him to make him showcase his ability, bring the best out of Sebastian Fundora, or just another guy he's going to be in there with?
I don't know, man. Mendoza been on the road lately. If he could keep that momentum going, be fine. I know he been in camp with. I think he been in camp with Fest. I'm not sure. I
think he has been.
Yeah, he been in camp with Fest.
He fought Thomas Lamana.
Yeah, he fought Cornflake. He fought
Shout out Cornflake, man.
He fought Banana, and Banana is the big thing that really put him on.
What's all these fruits y'all mentioned there?
Cornflakes and banana. It's like a healthy breakfast out here.
Oh, yeah, like he fought Thomas. Who else he fought?
I'm looking at it right now.
Who else did he stop? I know he stopped someone else too.
He didn't. I don't think he stopped Thomas.
No, I don't think he stopped Thomas.
No, he didn't stop. He stopped Benjamin Whitaker, and he stopped Jason Rosario.
Okay, that's what it was.
And now he fighting Sebastian Fundora. So this is a good matchup.
Who really gonna clip Fundora?
Who's
gonna clip him?
I don't understand why he ain't been clipped yet. That's what's kind of throwing me. But he has been hit with some shit. He just eats it. He's taking some big punches, man.
Yeah, but for how long?
Yeah, Sebastian been hit with some shit now.
What's the name?
Erickson.
Yeah,
Erickson.
That was a battle, though. That was a good fight.
I'm surprised he stood in the pocket like he did with some of them shots.
Yeah. Oh, he's a dog.
Yeah.
His frame messes you up visually.
Yeah.
It don't look like he gonna take that.
Right. Then when he out the ring, he got the glasses on. He got the polo with the button.
Him and his sister, bro, they be throwing me all the way.
They do not look like fighters. Like you go to see them at Barnes and Nobles, and they be in there reading the anime section or something, the comic books. But then
it look like if he hits you, he gonna hurt himself.
Yeah,
no bull.
So that joke is vicious.
When he hit you, you know about it. I don't know what it is.
But no, he's a dog though.
Yeah,
like I can't take nothing away from that dog
at all.
Nah, I'll tell you the fight that made me a believer when he fought Jamonte Clark. When he fought that fight, and I'm a huge Clark fan. Like that's man, the amateurs. Oh my god. But when he fought him and he handled that, I was like, okay, this boy actually gonna be a problem. Like I was literally doing this while watching. Like, wait a minute, I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is weird because Jamonte tall as hell too. Yeah. Jamonte taller than me, I think. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is where it's probably gonna. They putting a lot of money behind this boy, but it's about to end with this one.
I feel like I asked this question before, but Do they wear contacts when they in the ring, or do they just not wear nothing to be blurry fighting? I gotta ask him this question.
You asked him because of my experience.
Like, do you? I don't know. Like,
I don't think you're allowed to wear it.
Contacts?
I don't think you're allowed.
I wouldn't advise.
Because
so they in the ring fighting blurry?
Well, if they do, they're not supposed to. That's what I'm gonna say.
I don't know how they do it.
So because remember, Lord Superman?
Yeah.
He wears contact. He wears glasses, but he fights in the ring without them.
Without them, just blurry vision.
Blurry.
Because
that's crazy.
And his what's it called your senses get like real. They're better. Because you're not used to seeing in these certain places.
Right.
And they sense certain stuff a little bit better.
That shit is crazy,
so,
man.
My experience, wearing contacts could be hazardous.
You wear contacts too, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, I used to. I don't wear them anymore.
Like, if you do that, it could be a problem because, like, I've been thumbed before and my contact went up.
Yeah.
And, like, one of the time it came on my glove. They timed it, juice timed it. Took the glove off, put it back in, put the glove back on, then kept on sparring.
Right.
You know, things like that can happen. But I know fighters. I honestly have no fighters that you know,
blurry.
I mean, look at Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier fought with a contact and they got knocked out.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like I wore contacts and I would hit people and they would fall out of my eyes. And I had to play like in practice blurry. And it was hard as hell to see what was going on. I had like my vision was so bad. If you were sitting as far away, I couldn't see your face.
That's this total opposite for me.
I wouldn't be able to see your face, nothing. So I'm thinking, how do boxers with bad vision be in there boxing? And you can't see from that distance. How the hell you gonna see a punch coming or see anything or even know where the guy's at in the ring?
I could say it now because it's long, drawn, and gone now. But what I would do, I did get in the ring, like it'll be blurry. But like my dad would, like, all right, check my vision, whatever. When you far away, by the time you get to your corner, I can't see a damn thing. Like I know you're there, and I can see the blurriness, like the red corner, all that stuff, whatever. But as soon as the bell ring and you get this close to me, I see everything. I mean, everything perfectly.
Right.
Like, all right, cool. Slide, step over. All that stuff just starts to come. You know.
Yeah.
But when it gets to the crowd, judge, I can't see a damn thing.
That's absolutely phenomenal. We got number 30. She said, "Who's that talking in the background?" That's our producer, Big Cardan. He was in the back. We was waiting on this special gentleman right here.
My God.
Lil Cardan had a doctor's appointment today, so he couldn't make it.
Right.
So I'm here with Kaylin James.
Special K.
Right. Got the whole team in here today. I got my son here with his friend off the football team, Lil Cairo. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
Daggone PlayStation as soon as I walked in the door.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Remember the name Cairo Shivers. I compare him to Russell Wilson. The boy got a cannon. He got a gun. And when I tell you his ability on the field, like running the football wise, I'm gonna say he Devin Hester-esque. I'm not capping. He in and out, and he north-south gone. He got wheels, and the boy got an arm on him like Russell Wilson, can gun that joint already. So remember that name, Cairo Shivers, in about 10, 15 years when you see him at the draft or the combine. I promise you. I'm telling you.
I believe it.
Telling you
I know
right
how
now.
you be breaking down people's
I'm telling you, bro.
So I believe it.
How you feel? We was talking about no, I ain't talking about that. We talking about Anthony Joshua.
Lord, I knew this was coming.
His performance. I'm gonna run you down on what I thought about the performance real quick. So I felt like it was underwhelming. I feel like he could have did more. Should have did more.
All right, this is the load up right here.
I feel like he got the victory. Yes. Was it a victory that, you know, I would hang my hat on to be, you know, like I'm back? I wouldn't say that. What got me the most about that performance was after the fight. After the fight. Like, what was he doing after the fight? What was all that nonsense going on after the fight? Was that intimidation factor? Was that like mentally? Where is he at mentally? I think mentally he's in a spot where
he look like a temper tantrum.
A temper tantrum. That's what I'm saying. Look like he's not okay. He don't look okay to me. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I got about this.
Not to cut y'all off.
Not good.
Whose fight was first? Didn't Bud fight Sean Porter right before that? Before that, right? And Sean Porter hit the ground. Did he start it? It was like a new trend.
Oh, yeah, you talking about with Sean? I think Sean was frustrated because Bud was getting off. Like, Bud really started tagging him, getting off on him.
And he was winning, too.
And he was winning, yeah. And it wasn't nothing. It wasn't, he just got like, damn, what the fuck going on? Like, damn, I can't get to him. He was like, why'd I let him hit me with that shot?
But he was beating the canvas.
Yeah,
like,
punching the
I
shot
never
the
seen
canvas.
him do that before.
Right, and his dad stopped it. He's like, nah, you lost your mind, you lost your mental, you out of your comfort zone. Like, nah, we stopping this. Because now you're going to go in there and get hurt. Trying to fight with that aggression, that football aggression that he got. That's what came out of him. That Bobby Boucher. Hey, shout out Sean Porter, man. Shout out to Porter Way Podcast, man, for real. Go ahead, bro.
You know, I got calls about that from like as soon as it happened. People were calling me, bro. Yo, what'd you think about Anthony Joshua? I said that was the worst fight that they could have gave him at the wrong. Like that's the right. That should have been the second fight he fought. The first fight should have been some guy he could get out of there within 6. Let him get his feet wet again. Then you throw a slick guy, a crafty guy like Jermaine Franklin. You throw him in the second fight so you could get the rounds in. Because you're not knocking Jermaine Franklin. Now, I don't care who you is. Like, the boy crafty as hell.
He hit him with some shit, too. Joshua's jab was on point. I give him that. He had a
his
great
jab was on point. If he didn't have that jab, he would have been short.
Right.
Now, something, I can tell you this, though. Looking at him in the eyes, watching him, something missing.
Something ain't right.
Something's off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you, I keep telling this to people. Fighters are fickle creatures. I'm telling you, there's something going on with that boy, and I think it's that what happened with Ruiz stuck with him. Because all the other time, like he's been known to get clipped. Mm-hmm. You know, that's been since the amateurs or whatever. You know, he's like, oh, he has no chin. The chin thing is whatever. Like, you know, it's you either born with one or not. But also what comes into is how good a shape you in or whatever. But he's always gotten up and done well. It happens. But all the other times he got up and won in devastating fashion.
He got up and fought.
He got hurt real bad against Dillian. Matter of fact, forget about the amateurs. Just the Dillian fight alone. Got hurt real bad, but he was calm. He controlled him. Catch, controlled him. Shot back. He fought Klitschko.
That was a great fight.
That was devastating when he got caught. I mean, I could still hear the... Like, when he got hit...
I still see
God,
the damn sweat.
Do it again.
Like when he got hit, everything was. I was like, shit. I mean, and like y'all been ringside. Y'all done heard that leather pop off that skin when it land, and you hear the bone crunch too, and you see somebody that big like AJ, his body buckle, and then just oh my God, and he got up. I'm pretty sure he probably saw 2 and 3 and 4s and 5s that moment. Got up, sucked it up, bit down on the mouthpiece, 4 out of, he won. But when he fought Ruiz, something was different. I don't know what, he got clipped badly. And those type of shots, when you get hit on the ear, like the back of the ear, the top side of the head.
What was this side? Whatever side.
He got hit here. He got hit here. It was a hook, but when you get hit towards right here, it can ruin you. And I don't know, maybe it's just something with him that ain't there right now.
That's exactly what I said.
But it's too much money on the table.
Too much money, but at the same time, it's like, bro, I think he should take a break, man, and figure out what's going on. Because you can look at him and just tell he's like a shell of himself. I say he's similar to a cicada shell, but no cicada in it. You can tell it was a cicada there, but ain't nothing inside of it. It's just a shell. There's nothing. It's like looking at a blank. It's like a blank screen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with him, but I think Andrew Ruiz definitely got a piece of him. Because he wasn't supposed to take a shot like that from that guy. I like what you said about Klitschko, Dillian White. He got clipped, but he got back up and he went back to work. Yeah. And the biggest part about that is he was calm. He got up and said, all right. He got clipped against Andrew Ruiz and was smiling. He was like, oh, shit. Like that that nervous smile, like, I'm okay, but damn, like, I'm not okay. Like, what just happened in front of the world?
He wasn't right from the first bell, that fight. I don't know what it was about that fight. That wasn't right.
It wasn't supposed to happen.
But that was the worst substitute you could ever pick.
Nobody had that happening, bro.
I did.
You had him going there and beating Anthony Joshua?
I knew it was a chance because I remember Andy from the amateurs all the way through his pro career.
I did.
And I didn't. Because if you remember, he had just fought 3 weeks prior on PBC when he had the Snickers bar. Uh-huh. When they set him up as to replace, I was like, that's not a good replacement. That's a horrible, horrible replacement. Right. But you want a replacement and you want the credibility of the replacement. He had just fought for a title. Some people felt he won. All right, cool, this is the right guy. Man, I never forget how I showed that junk the hard work. Yo, hard work. AJ about to get in the ring. All right, who he fighting? What bum they get for him? What more guy they get for him to fight? What guy? I go downstairs, show him. I never get it. He was drinking water. I could do this. He do this. Oh, no, that's a bad fight. That boy quit. No, that's bad fight. I can't believe they picked that for him.
Yeah. And sure enough, y'all was right. Yeah, I admit I was wrong about that one. I was like, man, I didn't even watch the fight. When I seen it, I said, I ain't watching this shit.
What?
I didn't watch it, bro. And then my Instagram going on bling, 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 bling. I said, oh. When I saw the highlights, I'm like, oh. So I went back and watched it the next day. Bruh. I said, oh,
bruh.
Dog. That's and ever since then, I watched every fight. I don't care who the replacement. I don't care what it is. I watch everything. Even when what's the name got in there? What's the guy who
for who?
Sandor Martin.
Oh yeah.
When he upset Mikey Garcia.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't watch that fight. Who is this guy from Spain? Who is this guy?
I didn't know who he was. And you know that was I think you asked me like, yo, you see that? I was like, nah, I ain't never seen no tape on this guy.
I didn't know him neither. And I was about to not watch that one. But after what Andrew Ruiz did to Joshua, I said I would never miss a fight again because you never know what the underdog coming in and do.
And I think he texted me after the 4th or 5th, like, yo, you watching this?
He's cooking Mikey.
You watching this?
He was cooking us, love.
I was like, give Mikey some time to get going. When he got the 6, I said, oh, this is happening. Uh-huh. This is really about to happen. Uh-huh. And what did Mikey do after that fight?
I ain't seen Mikey since.
He retired.
Yeah. As he should.
A career.
As he should.
And so
I see something.
Uh-huh.
What?
Ain't that what Mikey said?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So it's like for me, if you looking at AJ, it's like, all right, look, man. Something, I don't know what it is about him mentally. I don't know what's going on with him, but he don't want it. I don't think he want, like, he know he can fight. He know, but I remember, shout out to G-Lo. We was talking about this on the live. Uh-huh. He said, so what would you do? What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to say? I said, it's like having a girlfriend that you could tell her. Having a fighter like that is like having a girlfriend you could tell her everything you want. Like, man, you beautiful, don't worry about that, whatever. But if she's insecure, then it ain't nothing gonna help. And you can say, man, bro, AJ, you went through this, you went through that, you a good fighter, you this, you that. Don't worry about it, it happens. Great fighters does it. You can say, but if he can't get out of his own head, none of that shit is gonna matter.
Yeah.
And these dudes will look, I think G-Lo said, shout out G-Lo, he gonna say, well, what did they throw him in with Dylan White? Man, Dylan White would have cut his throat by the 8th. Mm-hmm. It would have been over.
I don't think you want to see Dylan White right now.
That would have been horrible. Mm-hmm. Horrible. He would have, and maybe and at the same time, though, if he flipping on the other side of the coin, maybe that's the type of fight he need. Because it's either sink or swim in a fight like that. So you could coast by with the jab, whatever, because if you remember, Dillian was bigger than Franklin.
Yeah.
AJ's a little bit bigger than Dillian.
Right.
So it was easier for Dillian to get his stuff or whatever.
Right.
But now you dealing with somebody only a couple inches off of you.
Right.
And you getting these shots, and you ain't gonna get these shots off like that. It ain't gonna work like that.
Yep.
It's not. So I'm sorry. It's just not gonna happen.
Man, so who does he fight now? Where does he go now? Anthony.
It's no other choice, man. You know how much money they done put on this boy? The stuff I done heard? Man. They gotta make a bigger fight in the next 2 fights. So they could maybe do one more tune-up. Then that 3rd fight, Wembley all over again. They have no other choice but to do that. And you know what I think they're gonna do? They're gonna call Big Baby back. I think that's what they're gonna do. Cause he just fought, what, 2 weeks ago?
He about to fight tonight.
Wait, he just fought.
Jared Anderson?
Yeah.
He fighting tonight on Chicago.
No. Big Baby Miller, not Anderson.
Oh, okay.
Big Baby Miller.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised because he just fought 3 weeks ago. They call him to try to do that whole thing again.
Right.
Hopefully it gets there. But have him do that whole shtick again and then have him, I think he'll beat him without a problem if he can handle the volume punching. Like stuff that we wasn't even thinking to worry about with him in certain fighters, now we're bringing up.
Right. Damn. But I don't seem like I'm just talking down about Anthony Joshua, man. He was a hell of a fighter, had a hell of a career. I mean, he's done it, man. He's
listen
been
what
that
you
guy.
just said. Did you hear what you just said?
Yeah.
He's had. You said past tense.
But
you didn't say
had.
had been.
Well, he has had. He ain't got the belts no more. I ain't saying he's a has been, but he's not the guy no more in the heavyweight division. He was the guy, and it seems like they're trying to make him that guy again, but I don't see him beating nobody in the top 5, bro. He not beating Tyson Fury. He don't want to see Deontay Wilder.
Oh hell no, you can't do it now.
He don't want to, man. Don't want to do that.
Not with this psyche.
Nah,
that'll destroy him.
Yeah,
that could ruin him.
Physically, I think I can just see that right hand, man. That right hand coming straight down the pipe, and boom, 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 shakalaka. It is. I can just see it, man. Putting him in a bad spot. Would you laugh when I said boom, shakalaka?
Remind me of NBA Jam we played when we was kids.
Oh yeah, with the stick figures running, the ball go.
Yeah, with the fire on it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's memories right there.
Man,
I got that game on my phone, man.
Right. So look, man, tonight it's a lot of boxing everywhere.
Yeah,
we got Sebastian Fondor versus Brian Mendoza on Showtime. You got Jesse Bam Rodriguez,
Brandon,
versus Christian Gonzalez on the Zone. We got our guy Brandon Chambers on the Top Rank card.
Yeah,
fighting Bruce Carrington.
He's really enjoying the moment.
Yeah,
I saw him post
happy for him.
I'm so happy for him.
Happy for him. You know, then we got Shakur Stevenson. How much do you know about Shishiro Yoshino?
I know he could crack.
Yeah.
I know he has a strong right hand. He's but Shakur should be fine.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. I think this is a perfect matchup introduction to 135. You know what I'm saying? See how you handle it.
No, this 140.
You fighting at 140.
This is 40, I think. Because remember, 35, sure? He missed weight the last fight. Remember?
I thought he missed at 130.
No, go look. Go look.
Because he was fighting at 30.
Just go. Oh shit. Whoa. Just go look. Not the Chick-fil-A. Just go ahead.
Yeah. See how he ripped the shit out of that cup? You Spider-Man, bro?
Yo, just go check. I bet you it's 140.
Hey,
just
climb
go
that wall
check.
real quick. Let me see something.
You know that cover up all that junk hard work you was sitting there squeeze with y'all rehab your hand? That's that shit that they cover up. But go ahead check. I bet you it's 140.
It's 140, bro.
Because remember, his last fight was at 135. And he missed weight by a pound and a couple ounces, I want to say, or a pound and a half. So tonight, the fight is 140. He's moving up to 140. Because remember when it's either 130 or 135 or 140. It's either 135 or 140.
Okay. I want to say 35. Because he called on everybody at 35. He didn't call out everybody.
You know what? You're right. Because Tank has said, why y'all giving him all these props about being a lightweight? He ain't even for that lightweight yet. You right.
Right.
Yup. Right. You're absolutely right.
But 140 is in the future.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I think 147.
Yeah, you could do 147. I mean, 147. But that's like later down 7 years.
That's what I'm saying. Down the road. Down the road. We got a guest is here. Oh, guys, look, we got a guest in the building. He is the main event, May 29th at the Rosecroft on the No Excuse card. We got Eric Hernandez in studio. Let's bring him in.
Hey, what up, brother?
Thank you for having me, man.
Heck yeah, man.
You doing great.
Look great,
guys, my man. Thank you.
How you feeling, Eric, man? You look great, baby.
I'm feeling great.
Good to go.
Great. Yeah, I'm good to go. I'm locked in.
You locked in?
There you go. I'm locked in.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, thank you for coming to the studio. I know it's last minute and everything, but we appreciate you coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. So how things been for you?
Man, everything's going great. I'm excited to get back, you know, April 29th. God willing, I always say that because you never know, right?
Right.
It's always happening. So I'm just grateful for the opportunity. Thank you to No Excuse for allowing me to be on this card and giving me the opportunity to showcase my skills after 6 years.
It's been 6 years.
It's been 6 years. It'll be 6 years in May. It'll be 6 years since my last fight. So
wow,
it's definitely it's exciting.
Right. So what's bringing you back after so long?
I think you know, just life. I think I always had that itch. You know, I feel like I'm a warrior. I've been fighting since I was 13 years old. It's always something, and I'm a trainer, so I'm always around the boxing. Yeah, and we try to come back, you know, on and off for whatever reason, one thing or another. Life decisions, wasn't able to get back, but now this opportunity just presented itself, and I was like, let's do it. I'm still young, 29 years old. Right. So I'm like, all right, it's time now. Right, you still got gas in the tank. Oh yeah, like my last fight, I was 23 years old. You know, so I'm different now.
Yeah, for sure. More mature, probably. You know. Yeah. So I mean, main event. How's that feel?
That's pretty exciting. That's really exciting, honestly. I didn't even know I was gonna main event until they had shown me the poster. I was like,
yeah, take a second, like, hold up.
I was in the center, and then I didn't really like. I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, main event. I said, oh wow. So I was next to my wife when I told her, and then she was just like, really? I'm like, yeah. So stoked, man. I'm super excited.
Right. So like, what is that? Does that give you more in the gym? Like, I got to work a little bit more. You know, does that give you anything like motivation wise?
Yeah, it gives me motivation. You know, definitely. You know, being the main event, people there. You know, you're headlining the card. Your name is the headliner. It's it gives me that drive, you know, but I think it's not allowing that. I think of it like a fire, right? You wanted to burn your house down. Just cook my food, you know, just the way I want it to. When I need it, I tap into it. When, if not, we're gonna let it there just settle. Yeah.
For sure. So I mean, comeback fight after 6 years. You know, you're probably not looking too far into the future, but what's the plan after this?
The plan,
right?
The plan after this. My ambition tells me I want to fight again. You know, keep it moving, keep the ball rolling. When I first turned pro, I think I had like 6 fights in a row. So I mean, I like to stay active if I can.
Yeah.
But just, I mean, it's been 6 years since my last fight, right? So I don't know how I'm gonna feel afterwards, or no, I know. I mean, life has other plans for me in store, right? I mean, I got a family now. I mean, it's a lot to it now than before.
Right. Did you have to I mean, you said you've been in the gym, you've been training, but was it like, you know, sparring and taking those shots? Was it, you know, hard getting readjusted to that part of the game?
So, believe it, the last 6 years, man, we've been in and out of the ring, man. I had the opportunity. At one point, I was training No Excuse. I was able to had the opportunity to train under Coach Lamont and Coach Roach, may he rest in power, man. And I was there. We were in and out the ring. Had a kid, next thing you know, so I was like, okay, we're gonna let's take a step back, let's readjust, get things going. Then I got back in the gym, we were sparring, so that kept going on for about 6 years. So I've been pretty active, man. I've been getting sparring, and I've been training, been around. Obviously, it's not like getting in the ring itself, but I've been sparring. I've been pretty active.
Right, so it's safe to say you ready.
I'm ready.
Indeed.
I'm excited.
Yeah, he looks good. I'm looking right. He looks good.
Yeah, it feel good, man. I'm close to weight. Naturally, I mean, I eat good too. I had steak last night.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I mean, I have no issue. When I make weight, I'm gonna feel good.
Right. Yeah. What are you fighting at?
138, 135. But I believe this fight will be under 138. 138. Okay. So good.
I got you. If you could compare yourself to a fighter stylistically, so people who may not know you, who would you compare yourself to?
Wow, that's a great question. I think HERNANDEZ. I want to see what comes out, and you know, I've developed a lot in the last 6 years. At one point, I was a boxer. I used to do a lot of head movement. I had that was my thing. Now I'm a little more aggressive. I have grown man strength. I have more speed. So I want to see. When this fight comes, I want to see what comes out.
I like that. Because
then I can answer to myself. I've been watching a lot of people, man. Like I like my favorite fighters like Roberto Duran, Manos de Piedra, Salvador Sanchez, Johnny Tapia.
Right.
So Johnny Tapia is my guy. So I love watching the fighters like that. So you know, when I do go into the sparring, I try to emulate a few things that I learned from them. You know, and go from there, man. So,
for sure. What are some things you love about boxing? Things that you know just you can't put it down.
Boxing. I mean, boxing, I think, built my character. I think that was the biggest thing. It just it taught me what I was made of. And you know, you take your licks and you give them. And it's just like it's a metaphor for life. You know, so it's like when things occur in life, it was just not a big deal.
Right.
Keep it moving. And, you know, you deal with the emotions and keep it going. So same thing in the ring, right? So I think what you put in the ring is what you're gonna get out. So that's definitely, I think boxing is just I found my peace in it, right? Believe it or not, the violence of punching and it's just everything just slows down. Nothing else matters. And, just that's it, really. I'm just a warrior, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, having your wife in your corner, how supportive is she of your comeback?
Man, she's super supportive, man.
Okay.
Shout out to Sierra. She is awesome.
She in the chat now.
Is she on there?
Yep.
Okay, so she's watching. Well, shout out to my wife, my beautiful wife. She takes care of our 2 beautiful kids. And she holds it down because training camp isn't just sacrifices on my end.
Right.
It's also for everybody else, especially for her and the kids. So
shout out to her.
Yeah, big shout out. It's hard. Yeah. So, you know, so I see it the times that I do come. You know, she has to wake up. She's getting the kids ready. She's doing things. I'm getting up to go train, and so if it wasn't for her, I mean, this wouldn't be possible. It wasn't for support. She honestly just said, "Hey, I can't. I don't support it." But she said she did, right? So that's so she, you know. But if she did, I wouldn't be here.
Indeed.
I wouldn't be here.
And that's so important, man. Shout out to Sierra, man. That's great. That's great. You say you have 2 kids.
2 kids. 2
How old
boys.
are they?
I have a 3-year-old, and the other one will be 2 in a couple months from now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
you take them to the gym with you and stuff like that?
So they're around me a lot. They would do a lot at the house. I used to have a garage called the Chamber.
Okay.
So they've been watching me hit the bag. You know, I can put them up on the pull-up bar. They're holding. They're punching the bag. They're wrestling each other.
Okay.
So they're seeing it. They see it.
Right.
They come out the womb. My little one's feisty. He's swinging on his older brother. His older brother, like his mom, he's a little sweetie. You know, he tries to step back, but then he gets mad, and then it just naturally comes out. But it's so they're seeing it, right? They see it.
Is that something that a lot of guys, like even he says, I don't want I got 2 sons. I don't want my nephews boxing.
Yeah.
Is that something that not you're gonna push them into, but you would feed them to grow into if
Definitely.
they wanted it?
I want them to learn self-defense.
Yeah, self-defense. There you go.
And I want them to learn that, just everything I learned from it, as far as just building your character.
Right.
Yeah, and, the discipline.
The discipline and having to do those things, and then from there just be themselves. If they want to fight and they feel that urge and they feel like they have it. Right. Awesome. Do it. You know, I can't tell you how to be you. You know? So I think it's just putting them in the best position to succeed. Right. So that's kind of the way I think I'm gonna go about it.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's starting soccer next week.
Okay.
So it's that's gonna be fun to see him. That's his first time playing any sports. He's gonna do soccer. So
3 years old, right?
3 years old.
That's gonna be hilarious, man.
So,
that's gonna be fun.
We're out back.
They all chase the ball.
Yeah, right. So we practicing kicking the ball. He's grabbing it with his hands, like don't do that, and then he kicking it. So it's gonna be fun to watch that. And, just watch him develop. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How did fatherhood change you as a man?
Fatherhood, man. Fatherhood changed me. I think it just hit the switch for me. I think when I first found out, you know, growing up, I grew up with our father. So as soon as, and I think growing up, I always told myself, whenever my time is, I'm gonna hit that switch. And I think it's really just what happened. I kept telling myself that as a young individual. Right. So when my wife did tell me, at the time she was my girlfriend, and she had told me, hey, yeah, you know, I'm pregnant. I said, what? Yeah, I remember it. I said, I was just in shock, but then it really hit me like, that's it. Right. That's it, man. It's time to
buckle down.
Buckle down. That's it, you know. And it's time to lead by example now. Yeah. You know, and it just made me my priorities changed from there. Now, what's important and what wasn't, right? I mean, so boxing was my number one focus in trying to get back in the ring, right? It had only been at the time, I think, a year and a half, maybe 2, since I hadn't gotten in the ring again. And then I was like, all right, I have a family, so it's time to start working a little harder, start putting some money, getting my money together, and figuring out how I'm gonna support my family. Right. Yeah, because that, you know, that's just how it goes. So. Right.
So you had to put the boxing down and put that on the back burner, just step up and be a father.
For sure.
I respect that 100%.
That was a personal decision. It wasn't so much because of the kids, right? It was more like I just felt like I needed to do that. Right. You know, it was, so it gives me the fuel, you know, even them now. One day they may ask me, you know, after 6 years, why'd you fight? Like, well, I'll show you, man.
So I asked my dad that.
Don't give up. Don't give up. You know, hey, life can give you a lot of reasons, you know. I've been told to quit by multiple people, you know. Right. I got a few people that I talk to a lot on the daily. You know, I'm a personal trainer. Okay. So sometimes they'll be like, why you fighting, man? You know, they'll have
they always get
you. Like they don't know. They don't understand that itch, that feeling, you know.
And trying to stay away from it sometimes.
Exactly. So it's hard. Right. You catch yourself shadow boxing in the mirror. You know, I'm at the grocery store grabbing something, and I'm like, okay, wait, hold up. What, I'm looking crazy? Right. You know? Like, let me stop.
Right. But, so you said you started boxing at 13. What was your first gym experiences like?
My first gym experience, I was just I was an overweight kid, and eating Five Guys one day, and my mother told me one day, she was like, I was a couch potato, getting a little bit of trouble. She was like, hey, we're gonna go to the gym. I'm like, yeah, okay. I think Oscar De La Hoya. I forgot who he had just fought, because growing up, that's who we used to grow up watching. And I never paid no attention to it, never really cared. But we had all the parties, the families get together. Right. And I was like, okay, whatever, ma. And next thing you know, she's like, hey, I signed you up for a class. It was like a LA boxing or something. Yeah. So it was like, okay. So I went. I think I threw up after my first class. Like I said, I was eating 5 guys, I think, before when she told me I was gonna go take this class. And so I did that. I never really and I just kept taking it. It was just physical fitness, really. Right? Just taking these classes, learning how to keep my hands up, punching the bag, and then started sparring, and then couldn't fight because now I watch those videos. And I'm just wow, like,
man, I came a long way, right?
Man, really, man, really. And believe it or not, I've been knocked down one time in my life, one time, and that was when I was younger. And that I got clipped, boom, put down, and I remember waking up out of it like, just happened. And I remember it was just a short little hook, short little tight hook. And then when the next day, I'm pretty sure I had a concussion. I was 13, 14 years old, a headache, getting a haircut, and I'm like, okay, if somebody could do this to me, then I could do this to them too. Right. Let's see what we can do. Yeah. Let's see what we could, how far we could take this. Yeah. So that was it. And then from there, just started fighting, and then so we started traveling out here, started getting some fights. Fought out of old school boxing. Okay. So Buddy Harrison.
Rest in peace, Buddy.
Rest in peace to Buddy, man. Great guy. Right. So I was around him and Dusty. And so I think my first fight was in Sugar Ray Leonard's. Okay. It was the Golden Gloves.
I know you were hot as hell up in there, Lord. Oh,
super hot.
God, hated that place.
So I fought at like 125. Oh man, it was hot, man. It was. So, but yeah, man, it was those memories. You think back those. You tell me why I don't want to box. I mean, those memories are just the hands, getting your hand raised is just like
nothing like it.
Unexplainable feeling, right? There's a lot of pleasures in life, but it's nothing like that. Right. Just that high of your hand goes up, and it's just like everything just slows down. Yeah. And I think that's what I'm looking for again. Right. You try to find that in different ways.
Right. That feeling. It's almost like euphoric feeling. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I can feel you on that. Kind of reference, Buddy, was his birthday just passed, Buddy's birthday.
Yep. About 3 days ago.
What were some of your memories with Buddy at old school?
Man, Buddy was
the
character, man. He was a funny guy, man. The funny guy. He would always so I'm Hernandez. So Dusty Hernandez Hernandez. So he would always say I'm his cousin. Right. So every time I come in the ring, every time I come into the gym, he start making a big announcement. Dusty's cousin's here. Dusty's cousin's here. Yeah, he started yelling everywhere. Everybody looking, and I remember just being younger, like, oh man, like all eyes on me now. Like this is, you know what I mean? Or we go out to the weigh-ins for fights, we went to the Silver Gloves, and he'd be like, oh, he'd be there, right, yelling, and everybody's looking at me, and I'm like, okay, now I'm feeling a lot of pressure now. Right. Like, oh man, but he was an awesome guy, man. Would always call me. He would call me, just tell me, hey man, you come by the house, come by the gym, whenever you're around. I was in Virginia, so I live in Virginia, so I wasn't able to, wasn't always out here a lot. So, but man, it was never like anything was lost. Anytime I did see him again, so
always love.
Yeah, always love. So same thing with Dusty, man. Big shout out to both of them. Yeah,
for sure. Dusty's promoting and stuff now. Do you have any plans of fighting on one of his cards? Get active?
Man, that'd be awesome, man. We were actually going to. I was gonna fight Chop Chop Corley at one point. I believe it was right before the tragic incident, and then just things just the way they lined up. My timeline wise with my wife, man. I got, like, you asked me after this fight, what do I got to do? I got to take my wife on vacation. Yeah. So I owe her that, right? So just timeline wise, like, okay, so we got in the call with Lamont. We got this time. I was able to get this opportunity to fight under his card. So I'm always open to different endeavors, but depending on the situation, go from there.
Yeah, for sure. I want to go back to what you said about got clipped. Yeah. And instead of getting clipped and running away from boxing, you ran into the fire and you wanted to get right back. You wanted to hurt somebody else. Yeah. Do you remember what your mentality was that got you to think that way at that age?
Wow. I think just growing up. Just the way I grew up. Yeah, I mean, I had a great childhood, man. My mother was loving. Great. She raised me and my brother, and we grew up in a trailer park. It was nothing crazy. Just you just deal with your punks, and I think just growing up and seeing that, and then eventually going into the ring, and just kind of that natural aggression just kind of came out on its own. And I like to think that that's really where it came from. Yeah. I remember getting a haircut the next day because pretty sure I had a concussion, man. I had a crazy headache. I will never forget that. And I was getting a cut, and I'm like, and I remember this headache, and then I'm like, okay. Like, I gotta get back in there. I'm like, this is not gonna, like, I can't just let this go.
Yeah, that's different because I know guys, and I'm pretty sure you do too, where they'll box. My father always say, yeah, you don't know if you really want to box. They keep on saying, yeah, you don't really. Like, man, I don't spar this guy, you do all this stuff. And then it finally happens. And I've spoke about this all the time. I had a teammate. When I got dropped and I got up, I wanted to finish the guy. I was like, all right, I fought hard. I had no other choice. I was like, you can't box no more. You got to fight now. Like, or whatever type of situation. But my teammate, when he wound up getting dropped, he was really good. He wound up getting dropped. He was never the same. You did not want it like that. And he admitted it years later. Like, you know, so it was like, yeah, after that, it just changed me or whatever. And for you, it didn't change. It was like, okay, I'm not feeling this headache again, yo. Like, I know that headache you talking about. I know that headache.
Right. That goes back to why I'm coming back. You know, after 6 years, I just don't want to quit. You know, I just can't end on whatever note it may have ended. It's like, I'm back. That's it. I'm back.
Come back to it. So what do you want after this fight people to be saying about Eric Hernandez? What's the image you want to leave in people's head?
Oh, man, I want to just, if I can inspire, that's my biggest thing. If I can inspire another individual to follow whatever they feel their personal legacy is. And I feel like this is one for the books in my book. And I want to inspire an individual and be like, wow, he never gave up. He kept at it. After 6 years, everybody knows me as the boxer or as a trainer, right? So now it's like the boxer's back. And so I took care of business, and I like to think I have a fan-friendly style. So I'm looking forward to them leaving and just having a good taste in their mouth about boxing. You know? Also, it's hit and not get hit, right? Stick a move. You still want to be smart, but want to give the fans what they come to see. They want to see a fight. They want to see fight. They want to see some violence. You know? So I think that's what I'm gonna come and bring. Yeah.
Man, you such a friendly guy, man. You got, smile, light up a room.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? But so when you get ready to walk into that ring, how do you take that smile away and you get into that gritty mentality? I'm gonna hurt you.
Yeah, I think hitting that alter ego, letting the switch hit, and it's and allowing a different individual to come into play. And at one point, I think now it's like call me the bull, right? Toro. I think it's just based off I take things head on. Yeah. So I try to talk to myself that I gotta hit the switch. I'm no longer Eric Hernandez. I don't have a family right now. I don't have anything. I don't have no responsibilities other than just going in here and taking care of business. And, so that mental aspect, just hitting the switch, and nothing else matters.
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah, I like asking fighters that question because a lot of you guys are just like, if I saw you in the street, I wouldn't even know you was a fighter. I wouldn't even know. Just friendly guy. But a lot of fighters are like that. Like, why do y'all think? Why fighters? How do y'all carry such a calm demeanor outside of the ring? And
I'll let you go first.
Get in the ring and it's like a completely different person. Y'all are animals, monsters, warriors when y'all get in the ring. How do you do it?
I think as fighters, right? If you know you can fight, you don't have nothing to prove.
Exactly.
Right. So you have a calmer demeanor to yourself. You walk into a room, you have an aura of confidence. Right. An aura of calmness, you could say. And then I think people that may feel insecure or something in that case come in trying to, try to prove that they're the toughest guy in the room at the moment. And it's kind of like, and when being fighters, right? You learn how to read energy. You know how to read body language.
The eyes never lie.
The twitchies, the eyes. They can have those still eyes, but then you could feel the energy. I'm a big energy person, so then you could just feel their insecurities or whatever the case may be. So I think it's just being confident in yourself and knowing that you can take care of business if something were to pop up.
Right, it's confidence knowing that I'm dangerous. So I don't have to be that guy. I'm cool.
It's a memo, right? Stay dangerous.
Yeah, stay dangerous.
For me personally, it's exactly what Eric said, but it's also for me, hard work. All the guys I came up around, Ty Barnell, those different guys. For me, it was also ain't nothing in this world more what did Ty say? Nothing in this world more humbling than getting your butt whooped when you know you deserved it, type of thing. And it's also
he said ass.
Yeah. Yes. But me, I just never paid it no mind. I just never it's because when you walk away from situations and you know what you're about to go do at 4:00, at the gym against this guy who's ranked going to nationals in another week or another month or whatever. I blow that junk off. Because you already the discipline comes into play because you know what you can do. You know the wars that you've been in. This close to a guy and y'all throwing punches super duper fast and you got to catch, slip, all this other stuff. And you just look at it like, I ain't got time for this, man. Go about your way, man. You got it. If you needed that, You got it.
You got it.
Like, as long as you don't put your hands on me, we good. Just go on about your day, bro.
I feel that. So, where do you see your ceiling? Where's your ceiling? World title shot, world champion. Where's your ceiling, do you think? Making this comeback, do you have that, the conversations with yourself?
Or is it fight to fight? Just take it as it goes.
Mm-hmm. So right now, I'm fight to fight. That's how I feel about it. Like I said, right, life has so many different plans for you. So I want to, after this fight, my imagination is going, though, right? You start thinking, like, things that people may not think are possible. But you start thinking about it, like, okay, what if I get this opportunity after I beat this individual? You start, all these scenarios start playing. I get a TV shot, I fight a guy that's XYZ, then another shot, then another. Maybe I'm only a couple fights away. Then, if I take these fights, fights that people may think that you are not you'll be on the B side of things, right?
Right.
And I think everything's possible if you really try. So that's that. But at the same time, right now, I'm present. I'm just trying to be present with the moment. I'm only worried about April 29th. Like I said, Spanish people always say primero Dios. God first, God willing. April 29th, I get there, take care of business. And then from there, I let my imagination start kicking in a little bit more and then see what's available, what opportunities present themselves. But yeah, man, I would love to take this as far as possible.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good answer. Do you feel like this is where you're supposed to be and the route that, that got you here, that's the route that, that was supposed to happen? Would you have went back and changed anything to get to where you are now?
Absolutely not. I've learned so many lessons. So many lessons as a father, as a husband. At one point, I was an entrepreneur just by myself. Now I teamed up with another gym, so I'm working with them. I've learned so much and a lot of trials and tribulations, man. I love where I was. I love where I am, and I love this journey. Right. That's the biggest thing, finding my personal legend. It's all about that journey, though. Yeah. One of my favorite books is called The Alchemist, and it talks about that journey and just after a continuous cycle of trial and tribulations, you find yourself at a certain point. You're like, wow, like this is where I'm at. But you look back at it, and it's like, I've learned a lot, man. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing is he has a chance. Like I never really got a chance to talk to him, hang out with him like that. But I remember him at old school. I remember like I'm sparring. I would see him, and he hasn't changed at all. And that's a big. That's a no. No, I've watched everything he's done since he came through the door. Like, he has not changed at all.
Right.
Like nothing bad at all. Like everything has been like, oh man, you can see he's done well for himself. Right. I'm happy for him.
Right.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's energy though, right?
Yeah.
Like you try to give out good energy.
Right, for sure.
That's what I believe in. So.
Right. Like you said, the trials and tribulations, man. Were there any trials and tribulations that were so hard that you probably thought you would never come back to boxing? You thought it was over?
I've dealt with that emotion a lot of times. And it may not have even been anything that specific. Just that emotion just flared up and fired up a little more than previously. And I've been like, man, whatever, man, I'm done. And the next day I wake up and I'm itching to go run. And, but I found running was my solitude, my peace. I found running. I love to run.
It clears your head.
Yeah, it clears my head. Ran a marathon, started running, started waking up, run 10 miles here, run 20 miles. I just enjoyed it. That was the easiest way to find my peace.
I'll do my 2 to 4, and that's it.
Man. So that's what I like to do. But that's how I found, just that mental toughness. That was the closest thing I could do, right? Because you go for a lift and you can go super hard. You can push yourself. I still couldn't find that same type of somewhat high like I would get in boxing. And I started running. After 5-10 miles, I was like, I've done this before. Then you get to the 15 points, like, okay, this is the first time. 20 miles, like, okay, oh man, like, this is where you start doubting yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
And those feelings start to kick in.
Oh,
and I'm like, and then you finally finish it. And then you're just like, wow, okay, I did it. I'm like, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Right. And then it's kind of the same thing with boxing, right?
Until the next morning when you woke up.
Morning, yeah, exactly. I'm walking up the stairs, and bow-legged. Yeah.
20 miles,
yeah, man. So a few times, and then, like I said, I got a great support system. I got a great team. My wife, I tell her, hey, I'm going to run tomorrow morning. She woke me up one day. I think I happened to be sleeping in or something. And she nodded. She's like, hey, get your ass up and go run.
Right.
Before these kids
boxers,
before these kids wake up. You know what I'm saying?
How early was it?
I think I was sleeping. It was like 7 o'clock. You know, I'm an early bird, right? So I train to do a lot of like training, personal training. So I get up 4 a.m. So Mondays I'm 4 a.m. I'm running.
Right.
Going. So my day starts super early. So I happen to be sleeping in 7 a.m. or something. And she's like, ready to go. And I'm like, wow. So,
Man.
Yeah.
That's impressive though. So you weren't boxing, but you wanted something that's gonna push you to almost a brink, like a breaking point.
And less dangerous.
So you started running.
Yeah.
So you started running, and 10 miles wasn't enough. And 15 wasn't enough to get you to that breaking point. Yeah. So you said I'm gonna do 20.
20.
So it's important to probably to bend and don't break.
Yeah.
Bend, don't break, and just keep pushing.
Like a bamboo stick, right?
Yeah.
Keep bending, and it just snaps back.
Yeah.
So
that's impressive. I can tell your mentality is it's impressive, man. I
hope
people that are watching, and I'm gonna clip this up and share it, and I hope the kids can take from this, man. That's important.
Thank you, man. I think we lead by example, especially with kids. I think about myself as younger. Who did I need in my ear? What did I need to see? What did I need to hear?
Yeah.
And I'm like, so at times when I'm far from perfect though, man. So I'm definitely not trying to play that card.
Right.
But just what example could I give to somebody that's my, I'm Latino, right? So being the same skin tone, being maybe brought up the same way,
right?
Same thing, same people saying certain things to them, and it's like because words are powerful, right? So it's like they can hear positive words, they can just lead them by example, especially my kids, right? I tell them don't do that.
Right.
They're not gonna listen, right?
Right.
But then they see me doing push-ups, and I tell them to do push-ups. They pay me no mind. Then I'm doing push-ups. Next thing I look over, and they're both on the floor trying to do push-ups, or they're jumping on me trying to do push-ups, trying to make me do push-ups. So it's so I realized like, wow, they just do what I do.
Right. So just leading by the example.
That's it.
Yeah. So how important is it to represent your heritage? I know boxing Latinos is like this. It's huge. How important is that to you?
It's important. It's real important. Now it's I think I can narrow it down to my family a little more, right? But it is, you do represent your people. You represent, what you stand for. I'm a first generation here.
Okay.
So, my mother is from Mexico. My father was from Guatemala.
Okay.
So I'm in connection with both of my families. So I talk to them a lot. So they always showing support from both the countries. And they'll probably be tuning in too I know they can they said they're gonna order the fight.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, it's motivating because they're like, oh, hey, look, cousin from. Technically, they say, if you were born in the States, you're not from over there, right?
Yeah.
So they always say my American cousin is out there, whooping ass. Excuse me, I don't know.
You're right.
Nah, you good.
All right. But yeah, so I mean, it's definitely you want to represent your people well. You want to represent whoever's under you. You want to represent them well.
Right. So fight night, you gonna have a flag, a Guatemalan and a Mexican flag?
Guatemalan flags, man, I didn't even think about that, honestly. It's been a while. We used to come out a lot with the Mexican stuff, with the Mexican gear, sombrero and all that. I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to tune in. You got to tune in April 29th to see what I come out with.
I shall be ringside.
Yeah, we ringside.
We're gonna be there, man.
I think I saw that you're about to be a commentary, right?
Yeah, hopefully so, man. I really want to, man.
Okay.
And it'll be an honor to do your fight,
man. Man, it was an honor that you want to do that, man. So I appreciate that. So
is there any pressure on you? Like they say that the Mexican style of fighting. You look at the greats, the classic fights, and like that warrior mentality. Is there any pressure for you to live up to that and fight that style, or like you said, you're Eric Hernandez?
Yeah, no, I'm Eric Hernandez. I think even as I was growing up and developing, I was a good boxer, but I eventually fight. I mean, that's sometimes like my coach, my man Matthew, best friend, my brother, he's my coach now, and he tells me sometimes he brings that out of me, tells me we're gonna fight. But you gotta pick the times to fight.
Right.
Not yet. Yeah. Don't get too involved yet.
Yeah.
You fight when they don't want to fight. That's when we're gonna pick it up.
Right.
We're gonna make them. We're gonna make them really want to see if they really want to fight. And so I think as my style as I've developed, I think it's breaking people down.
Yeah.
As we continue to go, I got a gas tank, man.
Yeah.
I think you'll see that April 29th.
Man, for sure.
So these are words that I'm putting out there, so people are gonna expect certain things, right? So, and like I said, I train hard, man.
Right.
I'm up at 4 a.m. I'm running, and it gives me that mental edge. My kids were up at 2 a.m. I had to go get them some water or a bottle, whatever the case may be. Now I'm up and I'm running at 4 a.m. I know somebody else is doing this. My opponent's not doing this right now. So it gives me that mental edge. So even when I'm in the ring, it's like, okay, let's go.
Right.
That's it.
For sure.
I think also the biggest thing is not that was serious because where I noticed how and with me and a lot of other fighters, as you get older, you'll look back at your old tapes like, damn, I was doing too much that I did not need to do. Like, and then as you get older, you be like, okay, you'll settle more, a little smoother, take your time. Like, fans, you said that how in the beginning. I remember watching sport music, slide. Everything was counter head movement. When he boxed, he'll make you commit, and then he'll make you pay for it, like slide and go to the open. That's what I remember him doing. And then it's like, okay, now it's like, I still have that. But also I could just settle in, get a feints, walk him to the corner where I want him to go, feint him, cut off, let him go this way, boom, cut him off, and just slowly inch closer. Then when he throws on pop, that pick control, like control the pick, move his arm, whatever. You know, show who balls, grab his hand when I pick the glove, move him out the way, whatever, and start breaking him down, whatever. That all comes from the experience, and like you can hear him say, like, "Yeah, I still had it, but now I could sit there, I could sit on this guy, I could sit there, slide in, break him down if I want to do on the inside, still catch and shoot if I want to." And he doesn't have the wear and tear. Yeah, that's the big thing.
Right, that's
the big point. Huge thing.
You took time off, but you know your boxing clock didn't keep going. You know?
Didn't take fresh. Right. And I think there's an art to fighting, right? Especially inside fighting.
Yes.
It's not maybe it's not as popular now as it was before, but you know, like talk about like Duran, even Chavez,
man,
Sanchez. I mean,
oh my God,
blocking, bobbing and weaving. I mean, they were in there. You look like, or even just the rolling of the headshots. Canelo does that a lot. I mean, there's a lot of fighters that do that now, right? But I mean, you're rolling shots, taking it on the shoulder, blocking, just being able to defend yourself, right?
But you know what, Tor? It's not even just that I love. What I loved is how they would, let's say if you went earmuff and tried to catch or whatever, how they could feint and then they'll move your glove out the way and then boom, shoot, they'll boom, boom, come up. Or the art of controlling the inside, like instead of like, okay, this guy's like this, you know how they'll lock your arm like this? What you'll do is like hold your arm up and not like towards your face like this and control the bicep and move it here. And like they would control it and then go in and oh my God, and just slowly break guys and then hitting them, not just like I always heard old fighters say, the whole body's the target, stop just aiming at, okay, I'm aiming at his face, I'll aim at his abs. What? No. Shoot him and hit him in the hand. They'll hit you those old guys hit you in the hand. They'll hit you like if you in the clinch and throws the referee, they'll hit you in the thigh. Like so they just slowly wait by the ninth. Remember, it's 15 rounds. You good. But by the time you got to the ninth, like man, my leg dragging. Like, what the hell? And then you can't move. Like the ring used to lock your knee in play. Man, I taught you about that when you lock the dude knee and he can't go nowhere, pivoting and slide. Oh my God. You know, and that's stuff right there. And then they're doing it, and it's like, oh my God, he's fighting. If you don't know what you're looking at, because I tell people, it's a lot of stuff that going on the inside that people do not know is really going on in that clinch. Right. Like, it's a lot of stuff. And my lines are, it's stuff that you'll see guys do on the inside when they clinching up, or when they moving on the inside, fighting on the inside. Man, why is he fighting on the inside? No, just like, no, he knows what he's doing. Right. He knows what he's doing.
Skill involved with that.
Oh.
Definitely skill involved with that. What's like a fun fact about you? Like if you had to tell somebody about you that nobody really knows, like a fun fact.
Fun fact that nobody knows. Man. Fun? That's good. You got me there. You know, I saw an interview that you had asked this question. I started thinking about it. I was like, what's a fun fact about me? I'm like, what really? I think I'm pretty straightforward, man. I think like you get what you see.
What you see,
yeah, you know, and you can say I like to think myself as I like to watch Dragon Ball Z with my kids.
Yeah.
I'm a kid at heart. Dragon Ball Z with my kids, right? I like to run. You know, I don't really do too much other than that, really. You know,
right.
You know, that's you say maybe to some people I'm kind of boring.
I'm the same way, man.
You know, I like to chill. I like to chill at home. I'm a homebody individual.
Yeah.
So you know,
they ain't like us. Like, man, we missing nothing.
Yeah, people. I'm not trying to go out. I'm not trying to do nothing crazy. I'm sitting on the couch chilling, or we got work to do. There's always some sort of work to do, right? So there's never too much chill time. When there's chill time, man, I like to chill with my good friends. You know, the Burger Brothers. Shout out to them, Matthew and Diego.
Okay.
Or my other good friends. You know, so I surround myself around a good circle, man. Got a lot of entrepreneurs around me.
That's important too.
A lot of hustlers, people I grew up with, you know, and they've gone through the trial time with me, and here we are, you know. So it's cool to see everybody.
And they don't just care that you can fight; they care about Eric. They're like, that's my guy. Eric's my. Oh yeah, he's a fighter, but no, that's my guy.
Yeah, exactly. So You know, the same people I'm with were at my wedding. The same people are probably be there in my corner. The same people. I mean, you don't see me with nobody new. I don't.
Yeah.
You know, to each his own.
Right.
Who they surround themselves with. You know, I think smaller the circle, the better.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, I got a question for him, and I want to go back to Miss Sierra, because I always talk to my mom about, you know, what was it like when Dad was like, because I was so little. You know, like, okay, I was like when Dad was fighting and stuff like that. And you got certain boxers' wives. I want to make sure I give her a spotlight. You got certain boxers' wives, like my mom, Teresa Tapia, Tiffany Ward, Andre Ward's wife. Different boxers. I mean, and Miguel Cotto's. I cannot forget about her. Miguel Cotto's wife. Lord have mercy. Like those women, it gets taxing sometimes. Like, you know, it's because you want the best one. Like, okay, this is what we're doing. That all right, I'm with you. And the biggest thing is you got all them people. You know how you say he keeps his core. This is what it is. These are my guys or whatever. Something like me and you. But you got some fighters that they'll have a whole lot of people around them. And then when shit hits the fan, not even that woman is there. And it's hard to find it sometimes. And you got that no matter what, he got his core. But also at the end of the night, he's like, he got Miss Sierra that's going to be right there. I got you. Don't worry about it. We good. Well done. She going to tell that when the biggest well done that's going to matter is at the end of the night, well done, you did good. It's all over with.
We've been together since 10, 11 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've been together since high school. So she's definitely, she's watched me growing up. She's dealt with me when, you know, you can say I was super immature. I was a nut sometimes, and she stood by me.
Right.
She stood by me, man. She was always there with me. Didn't matter, even when I tried to push her away, she didn't let me. And forever she stayed solid. And for that, I'm always forever grateful. And she always has my heart for that.
That's impressive. Shout out Sierra if you're still watching. Shout out to you. Shout
out.
out to you. For real. That's I love hearing stuff like that because that's hard to find. It's rare to find that kind of love.
Yeah.
You know, so that's important. Self-talk. You know, what are some things you're telling yourself, you know, on the daily? Just, you know, rise and grind. You know, little quotes. You have any little quotes you know, tell yourself? Stick to the script.
Stick to the script.
The
script.
Don't deviate too much.
Never too emotional, never too high, never too low. That's it, really, right? If you stick to the script, I mean, you know what you're supposed to do, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, right? I'm doing this, that, this, and third. Don't matter how I'm feeling, what's going on. You know, obviously it's a kid situation. I got family. I gotta do certain things, right? But I mean, just make sure you take care of business. At the end of the day, if you have a plan, stick to it, because there's always something gonna happen, right? Always an instant that may try to lead you to a different direction. But if you can just go back and look at your plans, like, all right, cool, whatever, keep moving. Just a reminder. So that's definitely something that I continue to learn, right? Far from perfect, because I'm not always on script. And,
right.
You know, and I always got to remind myself. But like I said, I got good people around me, man. My coach always in my ear, always telling me the things that I don't always want to hear, but he's always keeping me up to date with what I need to know. Yeah. But what I should be hearing. You know? So it's definitely a big thing for me.
I like that. Stick to the script. I'm gonna write that on my board. That's a good one. That's a good one, man. So you know, hell of a story. You have a hell of a storyline to take the time off and then come back. And you know, April 29th. I know we already saw. I know you said there's nothing. You don't want to think too far ahead on what's next, but for the people that's gonna come out to see you April 29th, what are you gonna give them?
I'm gonna give them a show. Give them something to go home to and be like, man, that was worth it. It was exciting. And that's it. Just give them an experience, right? You could take everything away from somebody, but you can't take their experiences away from them. So they want them to be like, I know a lot of people that are coming out, this is their first boxing match.
Okay.
You know? So a lot of people are coming out actually for this fight that are like, yo, it's my first fight, you know. I'm pretty excited. Like this, I'm like, okay. So you want to make sure you give them something to remember. Make sure this isn't their last fight they go to, whether it's me or just in general. You know, when they talk about boxing, I don't want them to be like, oh yeah, no. I want them to be like, oh, I've seen some really good fights before. Like, let's do it. You fighting again? You know, so you want to build that. I think you got to build your fan base that way. So
yeah. Right, that's pretty cool. Your fan base has stayed pretty solid even after the layoff.
Yeah, you know, I got people that have actually hit me up this morning. That was funny. That hit me up and they were like, "Hey, I'm planning on coming to your fight." And we haven't spoken in a couple of years, but they were there for my pro debut. But there's people that I don't speak to and I haven't spoken to in a while, but yet they're like, "Hey, we're gonna be there for this fight," and they were there for the pro debut. So I mean, this is all in all. Support system is it's phenomenal. I'm super excited. I've built a lot of new fans. You know, I've built a lot of new connections, and I'm grateful for each and every single one of them that are gonna spend their time and money to come see me, and I'm gonna give them something worth their while.
Something to go home and talk about.
Yes, sir.
Indeed, man. So you're a personal trainer too, right?
Yes, sir.
So how has that been, and what's the name of your business?
Knockout Fitness.
Knockout Fitness.
Knockout
Okay.
Fitness. So my memo, stay dangerous. So when you say stay dangerous,
right.
That's it. Stay dangerous. That's it. You know, stay ready.
Okay.
That's it. So that's been it's been great, good experience. You know, in the beginning I was just working on my own, just hustling, something you know I was always doing, one way or another. And then so I actually teamed up with a gym, Evolve Athletics. Shout out to them. And so now I'm running my boxing program through them.
Oh, okay.
And so that's it.
Okay. Where's that located?
It's in Sterling.
Sterling?
Okay. Sterling, Virginia.
Sterling, Virginia. Got you. And it's a gym, but it's like a boxing aspect to it.
It's a gym, yeah. So we actually got another location being built right now. They have a location being built. We're gonna have a back cage area set up as well.
Oh wow.
And so right now I was doing all just one-on-ones or partner training, a small group. But now we're gonna have the opportunity to do group classes. And,
right.
So we'll have some things going up in there. So
that's huge,
I like
man.
to teach BOXER, sweet science.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I like to say. So that's my thing, man. Knockout Fitness, BOXER.
Knockout Fitness. And what's the name of the gym again?
Evolve Athletics.
Evolve Athletics. Got you. For sure. So you guys in the area in Sterling, go check it out, man.
Shout out El Paso. They say El Toro.
We're
gonna be in the building April 29th supporting you.
I appreciate it. I seen them on Instagram. I told my wife already we're gonna go there to eat after this fight. I'm excited. I haven't had too many cravings, but I'm looking forward to some good food.
You know what? Let's shoot to that commercial, yo.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right, guys, welcome back. That was El Paso Route 1. Check them out in Alexandria, and we back.
Big Roy,
El Toro, man.
We see you, big.
Indeed, man. So we've had you in here for a little bit. Is any shout outs you'd like to give?
Man, shout out, man. Most importantly, I say you gotta say thank God, right? Shout out to my wife for holding me down throughout all this. Shout out to No Excuse for putting me on this card. Shout out to you guys for allowing me to be here for this interview, and to all my support system, every single person that has everybody's played a part into me getting back into this ring, and I'm extremely grateful. That's something I'll continue to say, and grateful, and can't say it again.
Indeed, man, indeed. Before you go, we do have a surprise for your gift. We got the Hyper Nation 5 headphones from Kenichi Bear.
There we go, Kenichi Bear. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
It's a gift from us from the studio.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Indeed. Anything you like to say to him?
Man, it's just good to see him after all this time. How great, how well he's evolved. And I'm gonna be honored to be at that fight, man. I hope I get to commentate it, man. I'm gonna enjoy that, man. But I feel like a lot of them that's gonna be there to watch him fight, whoever's there for their first time to see it, I think by the time they announce him to come out the entranceway, I think they're gonna feel like they're with him the whole way through, and he's gonna take them on that ride.
Right.
And I think it's gonna be a beautiful show for him, and I just can't wait till when it's over. And you know, he walks around that ring and he sees me giving him a standing ovation, tipping my hat to him.
Man.
Indeed, man. Indeed. And I just want to say thank you again coming through the show. It was a great interview, one of my favorite interviews, to be honest. And April 29th, be in the building, watch you do your thing, put on the show. If it's your first time coming out to watch them fight, come out, enjoy it. Like the Rosecroft is a really personal environment. You'll be close to them. Everything's personal and close, and just have a great time. Have a good time. Good view, man. We can't wait to see you April 29th. Do your thing, man.
Thank you. I appreciate everybody for allowing me to be on here.
Thank you, man.
Indeed. So if you guys like what you saw today, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button. All right, like, comment, and share this interview. Let's boost this up, man. The comeback story, 6-year layoff. He's coming back April 29th. He's looking to do damage. El Toro, the bull. So make sure you guys check that out. Slipping Counter Podcast. Back with you guys next week.
always knew I was the one, didn't know when my time was gonna come. On for this, gotta be the voice for the youth, won't stop.
And I can keep this, I can keep the bass on, right? And I can stay on even when I'm on the game. Oh, that.
Let's take this overboard.